So I'm gonna be talking about Taylor Swift. So I'm sure like many of us might have heard at least one Taylor Swift song sometime over the years. She's won many awards and had her fair share of love and hate from the public. But I would like to share a little bit more about her switch from country to pop music. So I believe like she also displays some of our company's core values, which is never settle. So back in 2010, Taylor Swift was pretty much like the top in the country music industry, but she did not stop there as she wanted to challenge herself to do better as a music artist. So she decided to keep up with the trends in pop culture and she took the jump from country to pop music. So another core value she displayed was fail fast. So that jump was not easy and she was disappointed that she did not reach her goals since her first pop album, Red, did not win any awards and was felt to be lacking that magic or colour she once had in her past country songs. But she did not give up and instead she worked harder in her next album, 1989, which then won 3 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year. So I hope this somehow inspires you guys to work better and listen to more Taylor Swift music. Just kidding, but still. Okay, now is the vision statement when I'll be passing the time on to LJ.
Thank you very much, Jenna, for your weekly inspirational update. It is really indeed inspirational, especially with the core values. So now let's move on to the visual and mission statement to align ourselves about the visual and mission statement, as well as the example. Here I would like to give the floor to Mr. Yu to talk more about the visual and mission statement and just also summarize the visual and mission statement as well as the examples.
Okay, thank you very much, Aldre and Jenna, for that introduction. So I just want to bring up that we have a slight modification on one of our core values to helping others first. So Chris has been one of the generators of this evolution of instead of helping others first, we're going to help others help themselves. So that's a slight tweak and an evolution of our vision. For the next part, I'd like to give examples of our mission. So the mission of Bukit Vista is to inspire delight through hospitality innovations that positively transform our guests, partners, and our employees. And so for this week, actually, I noticed a few innovations that spoke true of those that mission alignment. So first, I'd like to bring up Jenna, who's already the host of this All Hands, to explain a little bit more about her technique. I think this technique is in aligned with two of our core values of being transparent and details matter. Over to Jenna.
Okay, thank you. So recently I've been inspired to write and draw out my thoughts more often than just simply typing and reading it in the usual like top-down format on the PC, right? So I started to use the pen and paper to draw out my ideas for better visualization and faster understanding. So after I'm done drawing with it, I'll just take a picture using my phone, save it to the computer, and then upload it here. So I encourage you guys to try it too because like it's easier when you explain a new idea to others because it's like one look at it and like people will sort of understand. So like a picture explains a lot more than 1,000 words. So yes, thank you.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Jenna, for actually innovating that. Since the pandemic, we haven't had a chance to actually use more visual communications like whiteboards and other things that we would normally do. So I think that is a good inspiration to get us back to a more enriching channel. All right, next, let's go to the next one. Hopefully Bayou's here. Bayou, are you there in the room now? Okay, all right.
Yes.
All right, Bayou, I'd like to bring you down to the floor and explain to us some of this this new technique. So I witnessed Bayou's technique yesterday at the marketing sync up, and I thought it was very effective for getting deep work done. The technique is should enhance our focus, and it might actually have a relevance to reducing burnout and feeling like too much fatigue from your work by improving your focus. Bayou, could you tell us more about this technique?
Yeah, sure. So basically, this is I start with a problem on my own problem actually. So basically, I'm looking for a reason why I think that I don't really have much achievement or finishing a task. So I read around a few
articles and reference. So it's called basically this. It's context switching, or you might heard like multitasking, or basically in a computer you work on two different things at the same time. Or basically this is jumping between tasks at the same time, and that has been proven to kill your productivity, and that also in the computer world also kill the computer ability to work as well. So that both apply to computer and also human. So this is an example. For example, is if you are working on a difficult problem, but you know that your manager or team leader usually asks for an update at this time. So you will check in on Slack or Trello every few minutes to make sure that you don't miss it. So your attention will be in two different things. And the second example is this. So I'm doing a meeting with marketing topic for 1 hour, and then the next hour I'm doing meeting with PD. In the second meeting, my mind still think about how to finish the marketing task that we discussed before, but my ear is listening on PD conversation. So both topic will have half of my attention, and most of the time, there's both topic will I cannot find a solution for both of them. So what I'm trying to do here is I will group every small topics together into one big bucket like this. If you can see on my calendar, so on Monday I will try to see on I will try to arrange all of the meeting with the marketing topic. Everything related to marketing will be on Monday and also Wednesday, and then everything that related to product development will be on Tuesday and Thursday. So that way, even though I will have different meetings, different sync-ups, it's still in the scope of the field that related. So I can even better collaborate with two different kind of people, even they are different topic, but we are still working in the same team. So this is what I'm trying to implement starting from this week.
All right. Thank you very much, Bayu, for that insight. And I think, yes, for everybody who's working on deep work, sometimes we need that concentration, and context switching can be very interruptive. So thank you for the discovery and also the solution to that issue, Bayu. All right, let's continue. Let's go to the next one. So this is about somebody on my team, Furkan, who is looking to innovate the awareness funnel for the employee journey. Mr. Furkan, please step up and tell us about one of your new innovations on how you're managing the distributions.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Actually, I figured this innovation is looking into the analytics better that most people look to our websites in the first days of the week. It's either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and it is not bad for us to put something into it. And so basically, I thought like, why let's try how if we could like getting our distribution post at 1 day in the first day of the week. So yeah, that's basically it. And it turns out it might be effectiveness too because we can analyze the data better and we could have more like time to work and just to apply as well. So yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Mr. Furkan. Just to summarize, because Furkan, your mic was a little bit choppy, so what Furkan has been doing now is that he's batching together all his distribution for a single day. So that allows us to time all of our awareness specifically to a specific time, and allows us to have the rest of the week to analyze and also look at the results. This is very much applies to the Einstein 55-minute principle, that if you have an hour to solve a problem, spend 55 minutes understanding the problem, and then 5 minutes actually solving the problem. Thank you, Furkan. All right, the next one I'd like to go to is Alif. Alif came up with a really good research plan, and since we have a lot of new people in the room now, I thought it might be a good chance to repeat some of this. I don't actually see Alif in the room, but I want to actually break it down for everyone. When we write updates on our Trello cards and on our Dropbox papers, when we report to our team what's going on, please keep in mind two types of analysis, right? Do one analysis for the performance of your routines. Just tell us what's happening and what the numbers are. And a second analysis about the ongoing research. So what do you plan to do better? The key points to remember in the performance analysis are the action points, the performance, and then conclusion, the next week plan. That will give us and the rest of your team good context about what's going on. And if we can scroll down a little bit, the next part of the analysis is what do you plan to experiment? What is your hypothesis? How would you actually improve it? The framework for this, I think, is very, very good and is a strong foundation for innovation framework and innovation communication. This is being led through by Vera right now for new trial candidates, and this is going to be the new way that all Vistans and Visterns speak at Bukit Vista to improve our innovation. Okay, let's continue going down. See if there's any other identifications that we can see, and I think that's it. All right, one thing that I'd like to bring everybody to is a new experiment that I'd like to do. So, as we've all been through many all hands, I know that sometimes it can feel like I'm just waiting for my chance to give my update, and in the meantime, I'll text somebody else, I'll do something else while I listen to the all hands. So instead of that, I want to bring more engagement to the all hands by trying something out, right? So this is a call and response type thing. So basically, we're going to use the call and response by using the live comment feature here in Google Meet, okay? So you guys can all see, it's one of the boxes up at the top of your video conferencing room. So basically, people will be throwing out questions, and please just respond to that. If people give their updates, please respond to that so that we can all engage. I'm sure if you are giving an update and people engage with that, it will make you feel more inspired, more delighted, and the same for others, okay? So once again, this is a good time to think about how we want to help others help themselves first, okay? Thank you very much. All right, Rafik will be the first one. Good morning from Jogja, Rafik. Okay, let's continue. Back to the host and the moderator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jin, Jenna, Kabayu, and Furkan for the very interesting examples for our vision and mission statement. Now let's move on to the weekly mission inspiration from different chapters, starting from the HAR chapter from Kasasha. Please, can you read your updates and summarize your updates too? So I'd like to give the floor to Kasasha to give her first update.
Yep, thank you, Audrey. So for this day, this is staying at Songchang before, but she expected there's a Wi-Fi there, even though there's no Wi-Fi in our Airbnb listing. But she ended up wanting to move somewhere else, so we moved her to Murta Beach, and we assisted her during the whole process, and she's very grateful and happy about it. And yeah, she also happy about the great service that we provide to her. That's pretty much it. Back to you, Audrey.
Thank you, Sasha. Next, let's have Kak Andre with his update.
Yeah, actually, Ninja, I was trying to split hosting and reservation team, which it might going to move the PIC from the hosting once they book and going to check in. And we tried with this guest actually, with guest of Puri Club. If I'm not mistaken, this guest is also felt happy and said some good word toward our service when our hosting, especially that time is Tipta, chat this guest and start to host them and prepare for the stay in Puri Club. So that would be the first from me, and the second one is I found from a guest admin who stayed at Pondok Ini. This is also helped by Dipta as well. So this guest basically cut their stay or assurance at Pondok Ini, but they say in the last sentences, they say that honestly, I've never encountered a more pleasant Airbnb host before. So it kind of positive words also for us, and I believe we're able to inspire you like this guest. That will be from me. Thank you also.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Now let's have Captain Lee, his update.
Okay, thank you, Andre. Okay, the first is this is from the Uluwatu Village House owner. So yeah, the guest and expert is asking for the late check out actually, and then instead of asking for the extra money for the late check, so the owner is let the guest stay in the room until the rain stops. So I think this is very inspired from the owner. And then the second one. yeah, this is the video shoot with the dua villa owners. I shoot with to get the more deeply about the information about how he recruit the train and then which school they have been collaborate and then how many train currently work on there. And then also I shoot with the trainee as well, and then asking like what they feel when they train there and what they get there, and then what is their next step after they got this training like that. Okay. Just that. Alright, thank you.
Thank you, Tendi. Now, let's move on to Iron with her update. So, can you summarize your updates?
Thank you, Jay. So we have our pistons and pistons have positive transform from the others, and the first one is as a part of HR revamps, we are developing new methods to deliver our discussion, and that kudos to Jenna and Farah for helping out with the transition. And the next one, we have also improved the focus group discussions flow, and that's thanks to RV to make the better iterations than the first ones. Next, we also someone also had her or his first on-site inspections with Rosemariani to Amarta Apartments and got to meet Beefy Pips in Jogja Base last Saturday night. It was super B. And the next ones, also Mbak Ratna, the owner of Amarta Apartment, directly used Beefy Go and she's looking for her properties update there. Last but not least, someone's also had his or her most ideal pitch deck meeting with 100 score of partner persona evaluation, and that's thanks to Kyla for helping on the measurements. And also, he or she started to manage the online handwriting documentations and arranged one of the first approach delegations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adam. Now, we can move on to inspiring the hospitality industry to technological innovation. I'd like to give this word to Kakis. Is Kakis here? Or if he's not here, I think I could read it here. So the iOS version of Vivigo, which is still under development, can now use the login with Google button to be logged into the app. So this one is the updates from Kakis, and that is all from him. So now I think with everything done with the updates, we can move on to the employee promotion, and I don't think there is any. So we can move on to the principal HR responses to the EES. I believe this is for Mr. Yu.
No, there's no updates on that one. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you can skip this, and I believe that there's no any HR updates from the EES. Are there any HR updates from EES?
That one was
It's already delivered.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, okay then, I think we could move on to the theme, target, and achievement, which will be explained more about with Kafidi. So, I would like to give the floor to Kafidi, and also can you summarize your points and team target and achievement for this month? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Andre. Okay, good morning, everyone.
Morning!
Yeah, it's Tuesday again, and back at me again for June 2021. We remember that our monthly theme is Go Deeper. So I've had one discussion with Mr. J that inspired me regarding this particular theme. When looking into each of our user funnel, think about what's our user profile in each of the funnel. Think of how we can serve them better by enhancing the processes that we have, and this can be personalized to their needs, basically based on their user persona. So there are a lot of activities that we are doing right now to improve this in the current moment, and thank you very much for that. So I will continue my updates regarding the state of the user funnels. For the partnership user funnel, it's still a 22 signed contract up until this point, until June. There have been some partners that verbally said yes already, and there are issues that have been resolved by the partnership team as well in the past weeks. But
hopefully it will continue to grow in the following weeks. While for the guest funnel, there's a huge update actually as well in the guest funnel for the weekly update. The graph shape, as you guys see here, it have changed. That we are already mostly on track until the end of June. We just have to add more occupancy on the end part of June, at the very end part of June. If we go down a little bit, we see that our current revenue is at 45,966.9, which is 91.93%, and we're still at the middle of the month. So, okay, that's a good thing as well. We look at the weekly sales, and the weekly sales is pretty good at this point. Let's try to always improve beyond the. Remember last month's marketing, 2 months ago, beyond the horizon. I think I can't remember, but I think it's beyond the horizon. But after we have achieved the goal, don't be swayed. But because we have a long way to go to reach that end point, which is very far. But I believe that through all our collaborations and the help from each individual person that is in this room, we can achieve those this target. So thank you very much, everyone, and keep up the good work. And let's continue to work hard for this week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for the update. Now we will move on to the personal updates. Today, I think we're going to do the personal updates differently. So I would like everyone to read only one of the columns, which is the question of if you are an animal, what kind of animal would you be? And please don't take more than 1 minute to read your update. Also, if you feel like you want to do a call and response, like what Mr. Jim has said at the beginning, feel free to do it in the comment or in the chat, in the Google Docs, and in the Google Meet, or you could also comment in the paper. So let's start with Rafiq.
Okay, good morning. Thank you. So I will read about the animal, right? So of course, dog. Everyone loves dogs. So most of the guests is bring dog right now, and will be partner in crime. So allow me to read on the last one, the biggest actionable discovery. This is from last week. My friend is coming to me and want to borrow money to buy a meal for his son, and he said, "You help me. The struggling is not help for me, but it's love." That is really sad for me. But that is actually inspiring me to how BP help the partner. That is not help on the struggling to occupancy everything, but is why we do that because we love that partner. That what is called inspire me to read this to discovery actionable discovery. That's from me. Back to the Audrey.
Thank you, Rafiq. Now we can move on to Katendi.
Okay, thank you, Andre. The first is for my personal achievement is to with Dracula owner and then the pain, how and about how he got the pain and how manage the pain. And then the second one is if I will do the animal, I would like to do the turtle. It's like an Indian code. So in English, the code is sacred symbol of life and earth. And then for centuries, Hindu is called them to clean their homes and then for prayer ritual. Yeah, and then look with therapeutic and then antiseptic properties. Yeah, all have a lot of what's called impact to the people like that. So from the milk and then meat, everything in life. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Katendi. Let's go to Kaasa now. Also, I'd like to remind everyone to only read the second column, which is the question.
Okay, thank you for the reminder. So for the question at an axolotl, and it is known as the Mexican walking fish, is a named tunic salamander related to the tiger salamander. I like to be an axolotl because it has an astonishing ability to regenerate body urchins and lose limbs, over 1,000 times more resistant to cancer than mammals. Even it is more resistant than us. And thus, the conclusion is that it is super cute and cool at the same time. Back to you, okay.
Thank you very much, Kaasa, for your update. Now let's have Kak Ross.
So for me, personal achievement and the employee, so the team okay, are comfortable like I said, and thanks for Nadine and Mok to make this PR, and we have already having lots of today and this day have fun, and yeah, it's good. And for team achievement is Asa and I found the right time and right music for the community. So the afternoon is the leisure time, so it is the right time to ask them to fill out the common satisfaction survey. And right music is using visualization of our requests to them, and of course with informal language. After we did it, the partners finally fill the survey in it, and one partner fill it on the next day. And yeah, the animal, I want to be one of the highest predators in the sea because I want to explore the sea, the marine world, and learn how sea creatures live. And yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let's have finish with the second column of the personal update.
Okay, hello everyone. So if I were an animal, I'd be a mantis shrimp because it is colorful and it is cute and it is also small but powerful. And yeah, it has a punch. A mantis shrimp's punch has the same acceleration as the 22 caliber, which is, I think, really cool. And at the same time, I feel like all of the CM girls wants to be some sort of marine animal. So yeah, that's all for me. Back to you, Kak Audrey. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much, Felicia, for your update. Now let's have Kak Andre with his update in the second column.
Yes, thank you, Audrey. So again, if I were an animal, I want to be a dolphin because they're basically smart. They're living in a groups and communicative, and also living pretty in ocean. You know, like ocean is some. I was pretty curious about the ocean because it's so wide. It was there are a lot of things that we don't know about the ocean. So I want to be a dolphin. In that. And I want to thank Smoklina and Nadine because they were taking me to Lovina. I think the last November, yeah, and experiencing a trip to see a dolphin in the sea. It's my first time uh, watching a dolphin in the sea.
Okay, thank you, Kak Andre. Indeed, dolphins are very magnificent creatures. Now let's have Kak Maria read her second column of her update.
Yes, thank you, Audrey. So, good morning, everyone. Well, if I want to be an animal, I would like to be a dog that stay and accompany people. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kak Maria. Now let's have Kak Sasha read her second update.
Yeah, thank you, Audrey. So I love dogs, so I think dog it is probably Labrador Retriever or Golden Retriever. Thank you.
Thank you, Kak Sasha. Now let's have Kak Erika with her updates.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So, if I were an animal, I would be a butterfly because it has gone through some transformation in order to be the best version of it, and it is very beautiful and but it's hard to catch. And butterflies live a timely short life, but their life is meaningful. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Now, I believe the day is on the day off, so I will leave it. I will do a dog for sure, probably because I'm a dog lover. Now, like the one picture below with Abby Kids. Thank you very much for the very cute dog. Now we can have Kadita, but I think Kadita is not here too. I think he would be a cat, simple life, less really loved by many. Alright. Now we can move to Alan. Is she is Alan here? Okay. I will just read it for Anna. If I can choose, I want to be both. I can fly up in the sky, have many friends, family, cute, hospitable voice, and marry to the loved ones. Yeah, Okay, thank you. Now we can move to Mr. James' personal update.
Okay, thank you very much. Oh, yes, actually, I wanted to include some pictures, but it doesn't look like it uploaded yet onto the All Hands. All right, I would be an orca, and that's it. I'm done with my update. Okay, back to Eldray.
Thank you very much, Mr. James. I can remind you of the movie feeling. Now let's have Passion read her update.
Okay, thank you, Audrey. So, yeah, good morning, everyone. So, if I were to be an animal, I would be an owl. So, it's like mysterious but can be cute at times. Like, it can silently fly and no one would actually notice unless you see it with your own eyes. And one plus thing, I can live in Harry Potter world. So, yay! So, yeah, that's for my update. Thank you, everyone. Back to you, Audrey.
Thank you very much. Actually, indeed, the owl is a very important character in Harry Potter. Now let's have Kak Amy your personal update.
Okay, hello. So I want to be a white horse. This horse in the picture is actually a celebrity horse from Korea. And yeah, it looks majestic, it looks fine, it looks beautiful, but wrong. So yeah, I want to be a white horse. Thank you.
Very much, Kak Amy. Now let's have Ilham, but I think it's his day off. So if he was an animal, he would be a cat because cute AF. Next, we have Kavara to read the updates.
For the second question, if I were an animal, I want to be a panda. Because the feeling of only eating and just rolling on the grass just felt nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kavara. Now let's have Jenna to read her updates.
Okay, thank you. So if I would be an animal, I would be a pig because I would be super lucky to hatch into a pig rather than become an egg. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Jenna. It would be better to become a chick than to be someone's breakfast. Now let's move on to Evan to read her personal update.
Yes, thank you. And I would like to be a bird because I simply want to fly and enjoy the views, like the picture that I sent to this all hands. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Evan. Now let's have Furkan read his personal update.
Okay, thank you. So if I were to be an animal, I would like to be a tiger because it's cute and scary at once, and also it's rare. It's rare. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Furkan. It's really interesting to be cute and scary at the same time. Now let's have Shuman read her personal update.
Hello. So yeah, I choose elephants because I think like they are gentle giants. And, like they're very intelligent also, and definitely because they're cute. To me,
Okay, thank you very much for your personal update, Shuman. Now let's move to Kaki G.
Okay, so I will be like a shrew because it's same like red. That is, it everything like me, and I'm a chicky girl. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we can move on to Lalita.
Okay, so it's not like a real creature. So my most favorite is unicorn, even though it's a mythical creature, but it's really cute. And like a fun fact, dreaming of it means good luck.
Thank you very much, Lalita. I think we can dream about unicorn every day. Now let's move on to Latifa. I think we could. It's not Latifa. I don't think she's here, so I think we could skip to Kamali. Kamali, would you like to read your
Yeah.
personal?
Okay, thank you, Audrey. As an animal, I think I would like to become a cat. I can just employ human as my servant and then just enjoy life.
Thank you very much, Kamali. Next, we could have Nadia, but I think she's not here. So let's have Chris with this update. I don't think Chris is here, so I'm going to read it for him. So he will be a dog because they are lovely. So next we can have Zero to read his personal update. Good name for him, so he would like to be a swap. Next we could have Nico to read the personal update. Nico, are you here? I mean, Nico is here too, so I'm going to read it for him. So I think he would be a dog because dogs are man's best friend. Next we could have Rafael to read this update. Is Rafael here?
Yep. I don't know what answer, but I would want to be a shark or a lion or orca or whatever animals on top of the food chain so I can eat others without the risk of getting eaten myself.
Thank you very much, Rafael. That is a very interesting choice of animal. Next we could have Amelia read.
Hello. Yeah. So I came across this animal called Dumbo octopus, and it's kind of cute, but it's a scary predator. So yeah, although it's small and cute and fluffy, but it can be scary at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amelia. Very deceiving. Next we could have Mokayana read her update. Mokayana. I think she just left the meeting, so I will read it for her. She will be a cheetah. Next, we can have Kanabin to read her personal update.
Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning, Andre. So, if I were an animal, I would choose to be a bird or dragon, basically. So, sometimes I don't want to run emotionally, but I can do it physically. So, probably if I were a bird, I can do it like without many consideration to do that. Yeah, back to you, Audrey. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your update. Now, next we can have Karizal.
Okay, thank you, Arjun. So for my achievement is extract insight by deliver with lead description and partnership. We want to make sure our service is easily received and the mission package is also competitive. And for the animals is I want to be a dog, but halal dog, not haram dog.
Okay, very interesting, Karizal. Hello, dog. Now, let's move on to Kaldani.
Okay, good morning, Alden. Good morning, everyone. So for the animal, I went roasted because always wake up in the morning with discipline.
Okay, thank you very much, Kaldani. Next, we can have Kak Aiko with her updates. Is Kak Aiko here? Oh, sorry, she has a discussion. So she will like to have, and the owner, please be like me. Okay. So next is always that would be me, and I would be a cat because the introverted tolerates company sometimes and kind of socially awkward. Next, we can have Strawberry.
Yes, so what I would be is a panda because it's the cutest creature and it sleeps a lot. I mean, it's clearly my spirit animal. And who would love a panda? Yeah, that's all.
Thank you very much. Next, we could go to Andres, but I think he hasn't figured. I think we could skip to Zaki.
Good morning, everyone. I think if I were to be animal, I want to be a bird or eagles actually, because they can fly. They have freedom, this freedom feeling and ability to see and explore the world. Okay, thanks. Back to you all day.
Thank you very much, Zaki. Now let's move to Kayla.
For me, animal related to bird sound, the betta fish, it's chupa for those who didn't know. We can adapt easily and All colors are beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kayla. Fun fact, I did have a chipang once. Ikan chipang once, but it died. Next, we can have Sharon with her personal update.
Hello. So for animal, if I want to be an animal, I want to be a big blue fish so I can see what's really inside on the ocean because I remember that only 20% of the ocean has been discovered. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sharon. Very interesting choice of animal. Next, we can have Kalilis.
Thank you, Audrey. I think I will be a Pomeranian dog because it is cute, durable, friendly, and loyal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kalilis. Now let's have Kafidi.
Yep, I think I want to be a wolf because no reason. Thank you.
Alright, thank you very much, Kafidi. Next, we could have Kadafi.
Yeah, hello everyone. Same with video. I want to be wolf because it's brave and light together.
Nice. Thank you very much, Kadafi. We have two roles in the BI chapter. Actually, we can have Kayla with her update. I think Kayla is not here, so we could skip it to Alif. Alif is having an online class, so he would like to be like a butterfly, moving through different life cycles, start from crawl until I can fly. Really interesting choice of animal, Alif. Next, we can have Kevin with his update.
Okay, thank you, Audrey. So for the animal that I want to be is probably a starfish because it doesn't have a brain, and I think it's a peaceful life without a brain. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Very interesting choice of animal. Reminds me of Patrick Star. Next, we can have Fela to update.
Thank you, Alright. Good morning, everyone. So, if I could be an animal, I'd choose to be a cat because cats can do whatever they want without getting hated on. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Fela. Let's have Arya.
I want to be a lion because my zodiac is Leo.
Okay, thank you very much, Arya. Also, welcome to the jungle. Next, we can have Elvina. Elvina?
My favorite animal, if I were chosen as an animal, I would like to be a bird because I can fly around the world and then I don't need to worry about the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elvina. Now let's have Malaysia.
Thank you. So, if I were to be an animal, I'd be a cat because they're very independent and, but at the same time, they love you a lot and they're not very clingy or needy. So they only come to you when they need love and affection and prefer alone time in the remaining time. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Malaysia. Let's have Patricia. Patricia has an unstable internet, so she will be a dog probably because curious, easily excited, can be trained easily in sex. We sleep a lot on board, likes to play, needs nice walks from time to time. Thank you very much, Patricia. Let's have Hakim with his personal update.
Yeah, thank you, Audrey. I probably want to be a lion because they spend most of their time resting and playing. But when they are working or hunting, they are very effective when doing it.
Thank you very much, Hakim. Now let's have Michael.
Okay, thank you, Alfred. So for the animals I want to be, I will just choose to be cheetah because they can help getting pets. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much, Michael. Now let's move to Alice.
Thank you, Audrey. For me, I definitely koala because I love to sleep a lot and most of the time I'm always feel sleepy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's move on to Bella, but I don't think she has.
Hi, I actually did, but actually it's not a lot yet. So, but actually, I want to be a duck because I think duck is flexible as it can live in both land and water. And also, I think being a duck it means that when a flood comes, I can just float and chill. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Bella. Now let's have, last but not the least, let's have Bella to read the personal update.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Audrey. I love cat because cat is an intelligent pet that I love and entertain us and me every day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bella. And thank you all for your updates and interesting choices of animals. Indeed, Bukit Vista has a lot of interesting animals. Next, we can move on to the announcements. I mean, oh, next there will be we will have the priority question, no priority question too, and I think we can move on to the core values recognition and mental recognition. Let's start with Rafik as the first nominator.
Okay, thank you, Audrey. So I will nominate Rose and Asa to be the hero and the first. Cindy and Jelly was in Bali and only monitor via online, but Georgia partner and also Andre is focusing on Asia team. So, but they doing the on-site visit with Georgia partner has made our engagement is good now. Thank you, baby the hero, and keep inspired delight to our partner in Georgia. Keep kudos. Thank you, Rose and Asa. Back to Andre.
Thank you very much, Rafik. Now we could have Kakela to read the recognition.
So I'd like to nominate Moana because last Friday she contacted me when she realized I was having a problem late at midnight. I mean, she doesn't have to do that, but she was willing to spend her time, and I'm very grateful for that. So she'll live up to the big hero and helps other friends. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we can have Tasha with the recognition.
Okay, so I'd like to recognize both Jenna and Vera actually to never settle and be the hero. So both of them are actually working on how to improve our HR meeting flow to make like the discussions more targeted and more clear. So yeah, Jenna worked on the template and Vera for the define the workflow for the discussion. So yeah, I'd like to recognize these two of the HR team. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Tasha. Now we could, last but not least, we could have Mr. J give recognitions and the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Aldre. So this is just a heads up for everybody who's new in the company, and I'd like to actually recognize Jenna. I'm recognizing Jenna because she's taking full advantage of our transparent open meeting structure to visit a lot of chapter sync-ups. So she probably actually last week has a better picture of what's going on in the entire company than anybody. I think that's actually a clever investment of her time, especially on a very early stage in her internship, because she's brought a new format of meeting discussion from the other chapters, actually from the HER team, and she's brought that format to HR, which is really cool. So this new format is actually a little bit more effective for larger meetings and inspires delight because it's detailed and focused. And it also inspires delight because we didn't have to reinvent the wheel. So for everybody out there, I think Jenna can be a good role model for just taking advantage of the system at Bukit Vista to possibly transform yourself.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Yu. And I believe that we will not be upload version of the hand, so I'm going to.
Aldre, could I do something real quick?
Yes, please.
All right. Okay, everybody. I secretly updated the all hands in the middle of the all hands, which is something I try not to do, but you know it was worth it. What I'd like to do with Aldre is I'd like to switch over to my screen and show a few updates that I have. So if everybody will bear with me, I'm going to switch over to my screen, and I'd like to share an update. So I have another core value recognition. I'd like to recognize Wyana, Ross, Nadine, and Asa actually for being the hero and organizing a Jogja backyard barbecue last weekend. It was really amazing. It was amazing for many reasons, one of which was it was really good. have everybody back in the same space again, and conquer our fear of the pandemic. So this is what we did during the barbecue. Gani was the grill master, so he tended the fire, he built a bed of charcoals, and he rustled up some great chicken teriyaki and some beef sausages, and yeah, Gani made sure that the grill was warm and supplied us and nourished our body. So props to Gani for doing that. This is the spread of food that the ladies had been working on while I was looking around town in Jogja for alcohol and beer. But anyway, so thank you very much for cooking for us. We had some great food. We made an innovation. We lit up our water infuser with a light, so that kind of gave us a campfire, you know. So that was pretty fun too as well. And all right, we finally met some of our Jogja team here, the boys. Right, here's Nadine and Andre. Andre's, I don't know why Andre's holding his head like that, but that's just the way he is. And Gani is in a meditative haze with the Rattler there. We got Oki too. It was good to see him for the first time. One of our canvassers here in Jogja. And here are the girls. We're all getting together. That's Eka in the center, Ross, Nadine, Juana, and Asa. I don't know why that Jeep is there. We didn't go anywhere. We just went really, to the back of our Jogja base. It wasn't like we had to go very far, but at least the Jeep makes a good prop. And yeah, there's my daughter Eka enjoying some of the food. Somebody's got their hand making a little pitch to bingtang. And altogether, it was a very inspirational evening. Vidi supplied some of the booze, which was awesome. Andre supplied the device to create the music. Thank you, Andre. I still have it. Oh, by the way, Andre, whenever I go out in Jogja, I just play rap music from this little thing, and people look at me really weird now. So you've given me a way to have an identity here in Jogja, which is pretty amazing. I'm going to get Jogja to appreciate Ice Cube. Yeah, it's a '90s rapper from California. He's awesome, and Jogja will know that very soon too. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's that. Wait. Oh, somebody put up a core value for me. Yeah, I win. Okay, all right, definitely happy I shared the screen now. So, I think I'll take it away. Vera, you got something nice to say about me. Tell me what it is.
Okay, so I would like to recognize Jing and Vidi. Thank you because for inspiring me about this new approach to increase engagement in Discord. And I wouldn't have known about it if Jing didn't mention and elaborate it to me in a Trello card before. So I will soon try this approach in the future. So thank you to both of you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Vera, for that core value recognition. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'll pass it back to the host and the moderator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ji, and everybody who has recognized the fellow colleagues and mentors in Bukit Vista. And I think that is all for me as a moderator. I would like to pass it on to Jenna for her closing statements. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Audrey. Okay, so thanks all of you for telling us about all the very interesting animals, all the cute ones, all the scary but cute and majestic and everything. So I guess we can end our all hands a little bit earlier today. So hope everyone has a good day. Bye.
Oh, one last thing, Jenna. One last thing. So I want to say thank you for coming up with this new lighter framework so that everybody can give their updates, and also we can finish 5 minutes ahead of time, which is amazing. But there is a lot of other material that everybody has put into on their personal updates, on their achievements, on their personal growth, and on their actionable discoveries. I'd like everybody to take some time throughout the week to actually re-engage with your colleagues here, like the way that HR has been trying to set an example. The best kind of team are teams that actually care for each other and help others help themselves. The all hands, I think, is a moment where that core value gets to be used and gets to be invoked. But let's not just have that moment at all hands, but think about during the week. If you're a chapter lead and you're looking at people who might be in some emotional condition that could require some support, well, the all hands is a way for them to express that, right? If you are a colleague and you want to show your support for somebody's positive transformation, well, that is a point also to show your support. If you're looking for a way to engage or develop curiosity or extend somebody's curiosity, these are all really good beginnings to develop that relationship. So scan through the all hands with eyes of somebody who wants to help others help themselves. and look for points where you can be an inspirational person. Okay, HR is trying to start this lead, but ultimately this company belongs to everybody who is here, new, old, it doesn't matter. Okay, so just think about that. And what I hope to see by the next All Hands is that we really engage the comment section of this All Hands and look for ways that we can help each other inspire delight. That's my final message for the week ahead, and I hope that everybody has an incredible, inspirational week up ahead of them. Okay, back over to actually that's it. I think that's the conclusion. Okay, all right. Thank you very much for the host and moderator for conducting the All Hands today. I think it was great. I give you applause for being the hero and actually deciding to stay focused, and that's great. Okay, all right. See you everyone. Bye bye. Have a great week ahead.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Everyone.
Thank you.
All right, Audrey, Jenna, stay behind. We'll do feedback. Yeah. Okay, Jenna, any feedback for Audrey?
Uh, yes, actually, I think it's like quite good, and I also gave some of the comments, but I think maybe it's probably either if you are what's that, nervous, then like maybe some of the like for some of the updates, like people who are on their day off, like you're not very sure, so you will still call them out even though they're not there. But I think that is all good actually.
Okay, all right, fantastic. Audrey, any comments back to Jenna from that feedback?
Actually, I'd like to thank Jenna also, like she's been helping me for being the moderator. But I think the first thing that I'd like to point out is that with the last month she was doing everything to also share with the input that I was have with Jenna Green's. I was a little overwhelmed with the feeling, and I think like it would be nice if in the future Jenna could like tell